I don't have an earpiece today, so.
I didn't get you set up with one?
No, that's okay. Oh, hey, look.
Is it that time?
I think it is.
It's that time?
It is that time.
Oh. Welcome to the Free Game Show, sponsored by Matt Electric.
Yeah, gotta remember that. Wait for everybody to get on. It's our typical spiel, trying to get everybody to come aboard, going live. Well, we are live. Got to share this to win. Gonna win something cool this afternoon, tonight. I would think so. So, have no idea what it is though. So.
Billy, you're looking awful tan over there.
Feeling tan.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have an airboat report for us?
I got one day.
Yeah, one day. Yeah.
One? Oh, today.
Yes.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
I think, Gary, we're going to figure something out because you're going to give everybody inaccurate information.
Yeah, false information.
Yeah.
I mean,
So where have you been this whole week?
Went on a beautiful cruise to Aruba, Carousel,
Golly,
couple
man.
stops in Bahamas. It
Living
was
the
a
dream.
Good week.
Yeah.
Honeymooning.
That's awesome.
You were very missed this week because
I don't believe that. Don't believe that a bit, but I'll take the...
No. You were. Because instead of you being here with me.
Oh, I see.
Somebody's got to do the work.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, as we're waiting for everybody to get on.
Oh, I got the first question of the evening.
Oh, that was quick.
Oh, really?
Right.
Yeah, go
Did
for it.
Billy get to drive the cruise ship?
No.
No.
I did ask.
But what did you drive anything on your 10 days off?
Yeah, drove side by side in Aruba. Got to travel about 2/3 of their country. That was pretty epic. Aruba was nothing of what I expected. Not at all. Everything you see as far as the pretty beaches is only half of it. Should probably go there and check it out.
All right, y'all. Like, follow, share it with everybody, all your friends.
That's it. Got a great episode this evening.
Yeah.
Got a lot coming up. So just getting everybody time to,
Time to jump on.
that's it. Hopefully you all did some fishing.
Yep. While we're waiting, though, I want to let everybody know at my seminar that we had last Tuesday, did a little buying incentive, kind of to promote local business.
Yeah, like it.
If you come in anytime in the month of April, just say you come in and buy a pair of sunglasses and some apparel from here, bring me the receipt, and I'll take whatever you buy off of a charter trip with me.
That's a pretty slick idea.
Anytime through the month of April, from now till the last day.
Is
like
it just
that
one
idea.
receipt or all the receipts?
I tell you what, bring in all the receipts, and I'll do it up to $350.
Can't argue with that.
Billy, we're golden.
Yeah.
The amount of money we spend here on snacks and lunch every day,
There you go.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
bet we spend $350 every month.
Yeah, rack them up, and I'll take whatever it is off of those receipts off of a charter trip with me. And
Yeah,
we
I
can
do that.
schedule it any time in the year, but the receipts got to be sometime between now and the end of April.
A free
April 30th.
fishing trip with Mario. I'm looking
April
Almost.
Fools.
No, that's not an April Fool. That is not an April Fool's thing. That's real. So
That's mighty nice of you, Mario.
that's for here and for our friends north of us in Levy County for Captain's Cove also. So you could do it for either one.
Sounds like everybody needs to go and do some tackle shopping
Yep.
and fishing.
Yep. So buy local. We're trying to promote as much of the local stuff as you possibly can.
We just got a whole bunch of Seawork stuff in today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a whole nice
Some
box.
jig heads. We even got sabikis now, because it's almost pinfish time.
You've got tons of apparel down there too.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I actually bought a shirt last week because I came over here with just my work shirt. I forgot to grab my nice fishing duds and grab one of your airboat tour shirts. Yeah.
You got my pretty face on your shirt.
Hell yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool if we had somebody that submitted their fish picks for the week in OKM apparel.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like
There
that.
should be
bonus.
get some little bonus brownie points.
Yeah. I think there will be
We
some.
have to work that in on the giveaway one day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. Any kind of OKM apparel, whether it's a hat, t-shirt,
Yeah.
underwear, whatever.
Hey, you got some good ones.
I don't leave the house without my OKM hat.
Yeah.
And neither does Billy. He doesn't leave the country without his OKM stuff. Every picture I see, you had something
Absolutely.
OKM on it. I think that's the only clothes you own.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Might be.
Make sure you guys sent in your fish picks for this week because I did not be able to make it out there whatsoever. Boating, fishing, none of it. I want to see what was happening this
Yeah.
I'll
week.
tell you what, man, these guys have been killing it.
I was going to say, that's what I keep hearing rumors of. A lot of good fish this past week.
He was on vacation, so we'll give you that.
We tried to leave you alone as much as possible.
Appreciate it. We didn't buy the Wi-Fi plan, and we set them in the drawer and forgot about them.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, unplugged vacation.
There you go.
That's pretty cool.
Much needed.
One of these days, I'm going to take one of those. Just
I
not
looked
now.
the prices up. They're fairly reasonable. I mean, I looked at Billy's boat specific because he's like, it's the biggest boat I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was
So,
epic.
like, Oasis of the Seas for a 6-day Southern Caribbean cruise was like $800 a piece.
That's really not terrible
That's
at all.
not bad at all.
So for a couple, that's $1,600. You get the beer and liquor package. Okay,
Everything.
that's extra $500 a
Yeah.
piece. You're still
Everything's
going on
included.
vacation for less than $3.
And that was a 6-day?
Yeah. Every
Nice.
time I go to the Keys for a weekend, it
Oh,
costs
yeah.
me $3,000.
Twice that, yeah.
And I trailer my own dang boat down
You got to
there.
cook yourself.
Yeah. Man. It sounds like a heck of a deal.
Yeah, that's my plan is this next couple of weeks is drop the 8 pounds that I gained in 8 days.
pounds. Ooh.
How are those pina coladas?
A lot of them.
Primo. I bet.
Pina colada with a shot of Kraken on top. Ooh, get you feeling right.
Ooh,
Yeah. Take it to the bartenders.
sitting in the pool, drinking your drinks all day,
Yep.
having trouble getting ready to get dinner. Jordan's telling me all this stuff.
Yeah, wonder if we're gonna make it to dinner.
Wow. Yeah. Sounds like a fun time. Actually, wouldn't mind having any of that.
It all sounds great, and it was.
Heck yeah. Like I said, you guys gotta share this to win anything this afternoon. I think we have stuff to give away, correct? Yeah.
I think so. If not, I'll pull something.
We'll always find
Yeah,
something.
I'll pull
we'll find
something
something
out of the
to
hat.
give away. Yeah. But for all of our fans, all three of you guys, we'll find something.
Joe wants to know, in the less than 18 hours that you've been here, if his go-kart
No.
is fixed.
Negative.
Nope. Negative ghostwriter. Sorry,
Probably
Joe.
because we started working on Gary's boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came back to a dismantled shop and boat at the same time. So, yeah. This week, it's going to be my plan to get your golf cart out of my shop.
It's going to be a busy one.
Yes.
Our airboat tours, man, if you're not booking 4 or 5 days in advance, you ain't
Yeah.
getting on a trip unless you're like a party of 2.
Not wrong. Not wrong. Airboat tour is
Super,
looking
super
beautiful.
busy this week.
Got a beautiful week of weather coming up.
Yeah. I haven't even looked. I have not even looked. I've been so busy. I haven't even looked. So
Yeah. Well, if y'all are ready, I think we're ready.
I think
Yeah.
we're ready. Yeah.
Get this show on the road.
It's the moment when everything is on the line and precision, power, and control make all the difference. A moment over 20 years in the making, anchored on loyalty, trust, and support that goes beyond all expectations. A relentless pursuit of perfection. All born from a revolutionary idea to help you rule the water. Power Pole.
Welcome to
Fish Talk Live.
presented by some of the best all over the place, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's across the board. We have some amazing sponsors that that allow us to be able to come here and do this every Tuesday.
Yep, 100%. Got some of the best people imaginable to be with us. Oops,
That's right.
There we go.
Re-situation.
That's it. Got to spend time with one of them today, Seakeeper Ride, down in Fort Myers.
It's like a good time.
It was fun, man. It was fun. It was almost too good of weather, to be honest with you. You know, we had to go find some heavy boat traffic.
Couldn't find
and-
anything that make it move.
Yeah, but I got to run. First time I ran a boat with twin engines in a really long time, so that was fun.
Looked like one of them even had a joystick.
Yeah, yep, joystick. They had all the bells and whistles on those boats, but so I'm not going to give up too much details on that. They're doing some pretty cool videoing with that, so we'll just wait for them. We'll be patient and see where that's coming out. But if you haven't gotten a chance to check out the Seakeeper Rides system yet, check them out. We'll be setting up some demos here in about a month or so on my boat. So if it's something that you're interested in, you want to learn more about it, come check us out. Schedule that demo ride. We're only doing demos up until June, like mid-June. Then we got to get ready for scallop season. So if you want to try to schedule something in May, June, give us a call. Go hit our guy up, Dan Bianchi, over at Let It Ride Marine. He installs them there, sells them. So check him out.
Scallop season's really only like 2 months.
3.
3. Oh,
We just started April.
God, that's crazy. Felt like we just ended scallop season.
I was trying to help Gary out and get ready for his free scallop project that he always makes us do by selling his motor today. He didn't go with it.
He didn't laugh as hard as he hoped.
I thought it was a good deal.
But, well,
$2,500 for a 300 Yamaha, perfect running order.
Yeah, but somebody did do a trade on it. Did you see the trade?
No,
I went and picked it up. It's a 23.8 Carolina skiff. With a 200 Suzuki, white.
Nice.
you picked it up from Gulf to Lake.
Yep. Good trade.
Good trade.
All right, Billy. Why don't you start us off with this last week's airboat fishing report?
Yeah. Beautiful week.
What did you see out there?
I saw about 8 10-foot rollers.
So I have to know, did you see, like over in Aruba, was there any type of fishing advertised? Like, is there any, I don't even know.
There was definitely a lot of offshore fishing advertised. A lot of mahi fishing. It sounds like it's a stunning fishery. Didn't look into any prices or to do it, but yes, they're in Carousel. Showed quite a bit of offshore stuff. Really nice boats with some big outriggers. It looked like it'd be a heck of a good time.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Not much for inshore. It drops off pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm kind of curious on how big the Seakeeper trim tabs on that cruise ship have to be to keep that stable.
And the gyros.
In 8 to 10 foot seas.
Gotta say, they kept it smooth. It was,
Well, I'm pretty sure cruise ships do have gyros.
yes, they have massive gyros, and they also have these big old wing things coming out of the side. I don't know. Craziness. Beyond my, all of it.
All right, guys. So we have so we'll do an airboat fishing report.
Yeah, I
Yours
mean-
truly will do it since
Yep,
I've
yep.
been on airboat for the last 10 days. We have a big show tonight. We've got a upcoming fishing tournament.
I'm excited to hear about it.
Real excited. So Captain Lance Potter from the Citrus County Fire Department is here, going to talk to us about that tournament. So for a great cause. So stay tuned for that one.
Something you're gonna want to be a part of.
Yeah, it's a first annual. It's already a good turnout, and I promise you, if it has anything to do with a firefighter, it's going to be a good time.
100%.
All right, airboat fishing report.
Yeah, how was it?
I'm excited.
I haven't heard one of these in a hot minute.
Billy, we've had stunning weather since you've been gone. Stunning. Yeah, except for one day, a little rainy, but it was nice. We got some maintenance done. But on those other days, we could watch the transition unfold from winter to spring. And, you know, we've been talking about that for the last, month and a half now.
Expecting it to come. But
Yeah, and we have another cold front coming. Did you see that? But anyway,
next week.
on every trip, we saw it. The low tide this past week, it was in the morning, got higher and higher towards the afternoon.
Big high tides.
Big high tides, yeah. I was watching trout anywhere, you know, between like Shiprock, Green Key, all out in the flats. Found a really cool new cave too.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, snap.
never said that. That area by Shiprock there is always, you know, pretty murky. But it was like a couple days where it was crystal clear and real low, and I'm cruising along and I see a grouper hightail it through that
I love
rock
seeing
grass
that
there.
flats.
Yeah, and so I circled back around and I watched its dust trail and found this cave. So I'm really excited to go fish that. But anyway, trout all through there in the middle of the Keys. Trout. I mean, thick.
That's awesome.
Yeah, real thick, and I've been seeing everybody do it real good on trout. So, so that's good. We're starting to see them move a little bit. Redfish, I tell you what, man, those outer keys are absolutely stacked right now.
Yeah, I noticed that today. Granted, I played at a higher tide, but every key had
Yeah.
a boat. It's like, all right, sticking in the middle in between all of them, and yeah, so I couldn't really get close to anything, but I could tell by the amount of fishermen out there on the outside that it's got to be on fire at the moment.
It was so good on low tides. I was doing everything that I could to avoid redfish in the flats.
See 'em pushing.
Without, yeah, I mean, they were darting everywhere. So, but as the tide came up, I had several people that were, you know, pretty avid fishermen in other areas, and they had more fun just drifting right down those mangroves and watching the redfish shoot out. Snook, same thing.
Such a beautiful sight.
Oh yeah, so we're officially in the spring fishery. I feel like so, and I don't think this next cold front's going to do much. We've
Maybe a
had
little rain.
maybe a little rain, but it's good. I mean, we've had humid weather. We've had real wet. I don't know what it was like today, but was it yesterday, John?
Yeah.
Every time I came back, my beer was just wet. So, but
awesome.
that's good for fishing. So
Temps are going to drop about 10 degrees early next week, but it's not going to do much. There's water
75.
temperature already 78 degrees. 77.5 degrees outside of Homosassa right now.
I was gonna say, I noticed a lot of stingrays today, so I know the sea turtles, everything are going to start to make their move in. I know the water temps are coming up quick.
a lot of shark past the Keys and the west side of them. I'll tell you what, speaking of weather, though, do we want to do the weather report before we jump into the Extreme Decal Sketch of the Week? Billy, take us off with this week's weather report.
Okay.
Our favorite part. All right, so Billy, this is going through today.
Yep, so that's all of our potential thunderstorms. You see the winds coming out of the southeast there, and it is pushing up. So we're going to end up with a lot of good, hot, humid weather this next upcoming week, which is always great on the fishing side. It allows us to have more of a consistency when it comes to the weather and the temps. Like we were saying, coming up to, you can actually see that front pushing. I don't know if that's the one that makes it to us, but with those winds coming straight out of the southeast like that, it's going to be some really nice, nice weather this
and
week.
you always know when the winds are coming straight out of the south like that.
They're fighting something.
They're fighting something, and there's going to be a cold front
Right.
right Tuesday.
Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Okay, so it's still coming out of the south. Still, so we're on Saturday now.
Yeah, they're fighting hard. I love this windy app. I live by it for running airboat tours. I know a lot of my guides out here do the same thing. It is, I'd say, 95% accurate, 100% of the time.
Here it comes here. Brianna. All right, so
Hey,
we're
look at that nice front.
Yeah, it's got a good hard line to it. I don't think it really truly passes us that much, but it's
Oh, it
definitely
does.
some
It's
good
coming.
potential and
There it is,
precipitation.
Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
Tuesday morning.
There's that rain.
Wow. All right, we'll see what it brings. I'll
Big
tell
shift.
you.
But
what
that
was
means
it?
that pre-fish on Sunday and Monday should be on fire.
Yeah,
For the tournament, Saturday is going to be
Oh, man.
yeah, it should be
pristine weather.
There, that wind shifts.
There's going to be some good fish brought in.
100%. Yep, looking forward to it.
All right. That being said, let's see what was brought in this week, though, on the Extreme Decals Catch of the Week. Let's check it
Favorite
out.
part.
Boom. Make sure you submit those photos each week. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Look at that redfish. That's Eli.
It must have been Sunday.
That
was the rain day. We got Gene.
Gene
Nice,
getting out
man.
there.
Green. Looks like an overslot there.
Hey, nice red.
Multi-spot red.
Yeah.
I love that little holder he's got.
Nice.
Couple of snooks.
Cool to get a triple header.
There's a good table.
Yeah.
That's
Very
Teddy.
nice. Flounder out there.
Captain Jacob. Nice layout of trout and snook or redfish.
Holy smokes.
Jacob's been killing it, man. All the guides have
His
been.
clients are teaching him what to do.
Yeah.
Jessica.
Very nice, Jessica. Good snook.
Just got a DOA glow on there.
Ditch pickle.
Yeah, that freshwater style.
There's Junior.
Captain
Nice.
Junior.
Like that redfish angle. Good snook.
He's been on the snook hardcore. Captain Junior. He's getting it done. Snook or tarpon season is right around the corner. too.
Yeah, he's prepping for it.
He hasn't seen any yet.
They're coming.
Oh, I saw him down in Fort Myers today.
Well, I bet you
There
did.
was snook or tarpon everywhere on those docks.
Oh, I can imagine. Nice trout.
Good deal.
Look at that.
It's funny we can catch all those fish within a mile of each other.
I know. Right here.
Nick with a nice snook.
Absolutely. Good fight.
There's Captain Tiddith. That guy does look like Teddy.
You're getting it done.
That's
The
a fat
colors on that
redfish.
one. That's a good looking fish.
That thing, do you see the size of its tail? The-
There's a bright one there.
Teddy putting them down.
He's
Good
tearing
job,
up,
brother.
yeah.
good deal.
Nice fish. Appreciate that, Joe. Thanks. Want to go fishing?
Get my photos? Oh, Bree forgot. As always. As always. I
Hold
tell
on.
you.
Gotta submit your own.
I tell you. So Bree makes me submit my own photos, and I did it last minute. So that's all right.
What was that, about 5 minutes ago?
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's hit a commercial break, and when we come back, I want to hear more about this tournament. I love these first annual tournaments. They always turn into something special, as we've seen history has served, especially when it has anything to do with first responders. So let's take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going over to the Iron Day Matthews State Farm Casting Couch.
what's going to be impressive, I think, is the hole shot. Like when we get that hole shot stuff dialed in and get the trim command curve all the way up to 100, and we just romp down this thing, like everybody's going to have a holy shit moment. It's going to be pretty awesome. I've experienced it. It's pretty cool, man.
We're back here at the Allende Matthews State Farm Casting Couch. I'm Captain Mario Castello, and we have Captain Lance Potter going to talk to us about a special little fishing tournament coming up here this weekend, actually, isn't it? Saturday.
Captain's meeting starting at 6 o'clock.
I'll give you a microphone.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I know you got a loud mouth, but all right.
There you go.
Let me check, make sure it's on there. There it is. All right.
It's on now.
We're
Can you hear me now?
Everybody can hear you.
Okay. So yes, April 5th, this Saturday, is going to be the tournament.
What's the tournament called one more time?
The Citrus County Fire Rescue Benevolent Fund in memory of Captain Mike Fletcher.
Okay.
Not sure where to look.
Right there.
Look at the camera?
Yeah, look
the
at the
camera.
camera.
Yeah. The people are inside the camera.
Yeah.
So Captain Mike Fletcher started this. He wanted to get the Benevolent Fund going for Citrus County, the local. We unfortunately lost him last year in July, and so when that happened, I went ahead and picked up the reins for this because I know it's something that needs to be done. And it's a very good cause. So
Good for you. And it looks like you collected a lot of sponsors for it
yeah,
too.
there's
kicking
quite a few.
butt right now.
That's
And,
amazing.
I
Bree, can we
can't
put that
believe
back up there?
The amount of community support for this has been outstanding. There's a lot of sponsors.
All right.
You can always tell when someone's really loved with that kind of
Absolutely.
stuff because these
He was an awesome man. His family is amazing. Known him for quite some time. So.
Well, give us a few of the details about this tournament, like how to enter and.
Okay, so you can enter online. You can go to the Citrus Slam. We have a Square site for Citrus professional firefighters, of Citrus County, and you can register online like that, or you can come up to the captain's meeting Friday evening at 6 o'clock and sign up.
And where is the captain's meeting?
That's going to be at Tipsy Tarpon, which is on that side.
Yeah, there you go.
These are the shirts. We'll have these for sale at the seafood cellar. This will be on Saturday at the weigh-ins. There's a ton of raffles. There's so many things.
really.
Please come out there.
How much are those shirts?
The shirts are going to be $25.
25.
All the sponsors are on the back. I'm going to spare you guys from showing you the back of the shirt right now.
So I'll take 6 of those shirts. I'll pre-order them
For sure.
Absolutely.
Speaking of shirt sales, raffles, entries, from this tournament, Lance, where do the funds? How are they used? It's a nonprofit, correct? But what does it go to? What's the purpose of the fundraising for this
So
event?
the Benevolent Fund is actually a non-charitable. We collect all the money to the Benevolent Fund and use it in emergency situations, not only for the firefighters, but actually can be used into the community. So we're pretty much giving back to the community in times of emergency or crisis, any unforeseen circumstances that arise.
So,
What kind of fish are we looking for? I seen it posted on there briefly, but redfish, snook, trout, or is it just redfish and trout?
Yep, it's a slam. It's a
Slam tournament.
inshore slams tournament.
and is there individual categories after
There
the
are
slam?
individual categories. There's going to be a first and second place for redfish, snook, and trout, and then the slam category.
Is there a prize
There's
money already set forth?
Yep, $1,500 for the slam. I believe it was $1,000 for second place, or the first place redfish, snook, and trout, and then there's going to be a $500 second place for redfish, snook, and trout. Then we have a children's category, kids under 16, and they fish for free. If they're on the boat, they fish for free. There's a prize, first place for the kids, and there's a plaque second place for the kids.
What's the how much is the registration?
$150.
Is it per boat?
$150 per boat with 2 people, and get you in the tournament. Any angler above that, extra is $25 an angler per boat.
And the kids get to enter for
Kids,
free.
yep, kids under 16 get in for free.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good deal.
I just had to
Looking
send a
forward
group
to it.
text message out to all the captains to see who's available, because I know Junior's been steady on them snook, and Teddy's been steady on the redfish. Man,
I went out Monday and caught a slam Monday.
Not even trying.
Not even try. I could have been off the water at 10 o'clock.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now,
Great day.
where are the launch points?
Okay, so anywhere really Citrus County.
So Citrus County boundaries.
If you're out in the Gulf of America fishing,
yeah, let's go.
you can get to the weigh-in between 2 and 4. There it is.
And where's the way in?
It's going to be at the seafood cellar between 2 and 4.
Awesome.
You got to be in line by 4 o'clock.
is there a
That-
north and south boundary?
First of all,
you can only
that
travel so far north.
first of all, that's normal at seafood cellar. You got to be in line by 4 o'clock
Oh,
anyway
yeah.
to get in.
I would say anywhere from Hernando County Pasco line all the way up to Waukesasa if you want to.
Yeah.
But you
Till
have
you
to
get back.
launch in Citrus, or you can
Yeah.
launch
You
in.
don't have to. You can launch wherever you want
You can launch where
Yep.
on the West Coast.
on the West Coast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
Just
sweet.
be at the weigh-in on time. We'll go over the captain's at the captain's meeting Friday night. We'll go over all the rules and go from there.
And you
But
said you-
there'll be some raffle items at the captain's meeting as well. Each station in the county got together and got their own baskets, buckets, whatever fishing stuff put together, and so each station has each of them has their own raffle prize, and they'll be there Friday night and then also Saturday.
And you can also register online.
Correct.
How do you do that now?
You go
I
to
actually already sent them the link. It's in the
Yep.
comment section.
links in the comments. Go down to the comments.
Perfect.
But there's a couple other raffle items. We got some big tickets. We got a grill. It's a pellet grill, a Draeger pellet grill.
Oh wow.
There's a pizza oven, outdoor pizza oven.
Sweet.
There's quite a few stuff.
And we'll before you leave, we'll put together a nice package too to send off with
outstanding.
you.
That's awesome. There we go.
Um,
Rosella.
Yeah, the OPM package.
you know us, man. First responders and anything to do with kids, first responders, fishing. However we can pitch in, we definitely will. So, live bait, artificial.
Yep.
Everything's welcome here.
Anything but a spearfish and cast net.
All right.
Oh,
You can legally cast net a redfish.
You can legally, yeah. That's why in all the tournaments they've been putting that in there. Line, what is it? Rod and reel. Rod and reel.
it's in our rules as well.
And I want to remind everybody too, for a first annual tournament, it is inevitable that there might be questions about how rules are laid out or whatever. So send your feedback. Make sure it's constructive after the tournament. This is for a good cause. This isn't one of those tournaments that it's about bragging rights. Just being able to support it to me is bragging rights on its own. Get out there, register, and if somebody can't fish this weekend but they still want to donate to the cause, how do they do so?
So they can also go to that site as well and make a donation through that site.
And is Brian Sanders is he fishing it or?
I don't believe he's fishing it. He's a sponsor. He's a very big part of it. He's been doing a lot of stuff. He's put a lot of work into this one as well. So you'll see. You guys come out Friday and Saturday. You guys check it out. It's really going to be amazing, I hope.
We have a football tournament. Brian actually asked me to fish with him. I felt bad. We have our last football tournament of the 352 Legends season on Saturday. So, but we'll be up there for weigh-ins. Do you have a weighmaster selected yet?
I was about to ask
Say
the same.
that again.
A weighmaster selected yet? Do you have?
We do have scales and stuff. It's the same ones that Marion County use.
Okay.
You have
Kind of borrowed that.
a specific. Who is doing the
We
weigh?
have two guys that are doing the weigh.
Right.
And
Oh, perfect.
Sounds like a good time. I'm telling you. I wish if I didn't have my trip set up, I would have entered this tournament for sure. Yeah.
See if they want to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can ask.
Put you on the spot.
There's no better person to lead you to victory than Mario.
There you go.
John, do you have any questions about the tournament?
No, I'm fairly good. I've already asked most of my questions.
Yeah.
I know Jacob is available if anybody wants to fish, and Jacob's been staying on the fish lately.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And the last firefighter tournament, he won redfish too.
Yeah, he won it. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then, all right, so we were talking a little bit before the show. The slam, the same, if you decide to enter your slam catch, the same fish that's in the slam cannot be then submitted into redfish. Yeah.
Right.
If you win the slam, yes.
If you enter it, or if you win it, or
If
enter
you
it.
win the slam.
So let's
you-
say,
If you enter the slam and win the slam, you can't use that redfish or that trout or that snook.
But if I
Or
don't
the
win,
biggest.
can I still win the biggest redfish?
Correct.
Oh, so this.
So if you don't, I might be saying that wrong, so we might change that again.
Okay.
Friday night, we went
my
over
captain's
it last night or the
mindset.
night before in our meeting, and I kind of went back and forth.
Yeah,
But
that would mean you would do the slam prizes first.
there'll be some comments. I'm sure some of the guys are going to comment.
so I know, like typically, like you have to make the decision: are you entering your fish in the slam
Or the individual.
or the individual?
Yeah.
That's typical. Once you enter it
Yeah.
and weigh it in as a slam, then you can't use those same fish.
Your fish cannot be entered in more than one category.
I can say that you're not going to win the $1,500 slam and $1,000 first place.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
either slam.
So you
or-
can't win more than one category.
Correct. One,
But if
one
you have
top
a-
one top prize.
But what if you have two huge redfish? You put one in the slam. Can you then take the other one, or you just can't win two of the
Throwing
same
all these new
categories?
things
Yeah.
out
Well, you
there.
couldn't do that because it doesn't follow FWC rules.
So I
Sure
have
it would.
I do
Yeah.
have a
Yeah, if you had if you had two people,
Per-
227
Well, that's two
redfish.
different
got two
people.
people.
Though. That's so you can't
But
enter.
the boat.
It's the boat. Yeah.
boat, yeah.
So if you do it by the boat, you can. Yes.
So
If you do
what
by boat, no.
happens if I bring in two redfish? One is 27 3/4, and the
Oh.
other is 27 1/4,
FWC will be there.
Yeah.
and give me 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe 3.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Well, guys, get registered. It's going to be a hell of a tournament for an amazing cause. So, and if you've got a couple extra bucks laying around and you don't have time this weekend, just throw the donation out there. It's a great
For sure.
cause.
It's for a great cause. Yeah.
We-
Come this weekend if you want to fish it. It's nothing.
Yeah. And if you are fishing it, I would call Billy in advance, let him know, where your targeted areas are going to be.
That's it.
And if he likes you, then he'll stay out. If he doesn't, then I wouldn't call him and tell him where you're going to be.
If I can I add one more?
You can
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
There are some silent. I'm not here. There are some silent auction items that are going to be available, and then there's a couple of auction items that are going to be live auction items. We do have a couple autographed football jerseys.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
There's only two.
Kentucky teams, right?
I'm sorry.
They're not Kentucky teams.
Absolutely. Professional
You're growing in
professional NFL
Wow, John.
teams.
Awesome.
All right, so let's also do.
Seafood seller is going to be. They're going to have some food there. All those proceeds are going to go back to the benevolent fund. We are. There's also the Mike Fletcher Foundation. That's pretty much a scholarship fund, and the Citrus County Benevolent Fund is going to donate its first. I want to say it was $4,100 for a scholarship to the Mike Fletcher Foundation.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's
Wow.
great.
Yeah, it's big. It means a lot to us and our emergency response community. We Mike held a really special place in our hearts. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And you have a main title sponsor. Tell
Our
us a
main
little
title
bit.
sponsor is 1-800 Board Up. David Knowles is the director for that for the North region. 1-800 Board Up comes out their emergency response. We typically use them for fires. If somebody has a fire at your house, unfortunately had a fire at your house, They'll come out, they'll secure the property. They can help with, cell phones. They can put you in a hotel, up to paying bills for you. I mean, they really help out a lot. It's pretty amazing work. And they're out there 24/7. They're on the spot, and you get on the spot. That's one of our sponsors also. Come out. They're usually there pretty quick. I don't think they've been over 2 hours response to any of our emergency scenes. They're really good. They really have been super generous as well, which really helped this thing get going.
Yeah.
So we're well above, beyond any thought of where we're going to be at this point already. So
It's great to know that there's people out there that
absolutely
can do this
absolutely.
stuff. Yeah.
The community is amazing.
Is there a
Really
Facebook
is.
page for this?
Sir,
Is there a Facebook page for this?
there is the Citrus Slam.
Citrus Lane.
Citrus Slam.
And there's an event page that I already shared in the comments as well.
Perfect.
Yeah. Johnny's on the spot. Yeah.
So Billy, let's also do this for tonight's giveaway. Let's you and I will pay for an entry for whoever answers the secret prize or the secret question at the end of the show.
I like that.
Like it?
Yep.
All right.
50-50 that with you.
All right.
I
So
like that.
so that'll be tonight's giveaway. Now you have to share the event page. So you guys have to share the Citrus Slam event page, and to be able to have a chance to win this tonight. So if you answer the question towards the end of this and you did not share that, then we're going to go to the next person. If somebody wins but they can't fish, then they can choose who's going to enter.
I like that.
Good?
Yep, I like that.
All right. Sorry to throw you on the spot like that.
Oh, good.
All right, so there it is. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
All right. Cool. Mario?
No, we're good. Golden.
Mario,
weekend.
throw us a couple tips for those that are they're going out looking for trout this weekend.
Don't look directly into the sun.
Very important piece of
They're
advice.
out on the open flats, so they're not all back into the backcountry anymore. They're starting to creep out, so there's still some back there, but you're going to see the majority of them out in open water now. So if you guys like to drift with the popping corks, now's your time.
Nice. Is the slam 5 trout or is it one trout? One trout, one red, one snook.
Yep.
There's a song. It was like that, right?
I'm waiting
One
for-
bourbon,
you got-
one scotch, and one beer.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so.
Waiting for you to sing it.
And it can be an overslot trout.
Well, yes.
Yes. FWC rules.
Yep.
I'm sure.
All
apply.
FWC rules
Okay.
when it comes to the fish.
All right.
Like it.
Love it. All right.
Want some more of it?
There we go. Lance, you were afraid you weren't going to do well on the couch
man,
tonight, but you were perfect,
Sweating
man.
bullets earlier.
Dude,
It's
natural. I think
Took care of it. Yeah, there you go.
It helped.
that's it. The
It's just
Mansfield
water.
Creek.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, there it is. Citrus Slam this Saturday. Captain meeting is Friday, 6 p.m. at the Tipsy Tarpon in Crystal River. The weigh-ins are at the one and only Seafood Cellar and Cafe.
Actually.
There's actually 2 seafood sellers now. One in
One in
Ocala
Ocala. Yeah.
and one in Crystal River. So you can't say
man.
the one and only.
The one and
Because
only
he has
This is the
2.
one. This is the one in Crystal River.
Yeah. All
Like,
right.
yes. Yes.
So, all right, let's see what we got here. So we got Seafood Cellar on the spot. 1-800 board up. What's that? One with the pig or the rabbit? We'll look at that next.
Bunch of
Tipsy
sponsors.
Tarpon, Loman, Elite, JM Gibson.
Lollygag.
I see their name all over the place.
Less green, love.
Yep.
My goodness.
Michelle
There's a bunch of
Good. Christopher Pools, Extreme Foam Decking, Rock Solid Creations, Sodium Fishing Gear,
Young boats.
Titan Fencing, Young Boats, H&R, Lollygagger, Citrus Equipment, Citrus, what's that, Bray?
Citrus equipment. Yep.
Yeah, Citrus Equipment, Humble Ground, Citrus Sports and Apparel, Will Wilson, the man, Citrus Orthopedics, The Sidebar, Love Motorsports,
State Farm.
State Farm. Which State Farm is that? Is that
That's all of them.
That's all. Yeah. Advanced Septic, Eagle Buick, Wave Realtors, Magnolia Grace. I missed one between Love Motorsports and State Farm.
West Marine.
West Marine. All right. There it is. All right, cool.
A lot of love.
Lots of love.
Good community.
Damn right it is. All right. Well, guys, let's hit a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to go over to the Nature Coast Financial Advisors, tackle table talk, and we're going to show you guys how to prepare your chunk mullet, which I think is going to be key to success for redfish this weekend.
Here in Florida, every name tells a story. Just saying Ian, Nicole, or Michael brings about strong memories. But then there's Adam and Gary. Together, their teams helped rescue over 3,500 people. And Vicky, she used her food truck to feed the community.
Thank you so much, guys.
And Andy, he flew medical aid to devastated communities. But then there's Shane, Clyde, and Robert. Together, they have more than 60 years of storm experience. They stand with an FPL team of thousands, ready to respond. So as the next storm approaches, just know we're prepared. Here in Florida, every name tells a story, and every name is important. Because together, we can weather any storm.
Perfect. Yep. Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on board.
Alrighty, guys, we are back. This is
I
the
appreciate
Nature
it, man.
Coast Financial
Glad you came.
Advisors Tackle Table Talk.
Take it easy.
Billy and I were talking off camera. Those grass flats are littered with glitter right now.
Littered up with pinfish.
I mean, there are a lot of pinfish, so that's why we are making the transition to using chunk mullet if we're specifically targeting those redfish. You know, shrimp's always a good go-to, but you're going to burn through a lot of shrimp with the amount of pinfish. Pinfish are obviously a good go-to too, but what I like about mullet is it offers any chunk bait, but specifically mullet. It offers a certain oil and stink, you know, while you have all those redfish, and also you can really dictate your size. What's that? Oh, sorry. You can also dictate the size of your chunk mullet if you want to try to target a little bit bigger of redfish. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the way that the guides out here at OKM prepare their mullet. Now first, this is a really cool tool. It's a new one from Bubba. So cutting board, pretty self-explanatory. It's got your knife grooves. It has this slot right here, which seems like just a handle, but it has this groove on the back side that fits on top of a 5-gallon bucket. So for a boat, you're trying to figure out where you're going to put that cutting board. It goes right on top of a 5-gallon bucket, and I'll show you what I utilize that for next. So also by Bubba, they have this nifty tool here where you can change your blades that you want. It comes in a nice case. I like, when I'm doing mullet, the serrated. This is the 9-inch serrated flex. It's perfect for chunking up,
I love that
especially
knife set.
frozen mullet.
Love that knife set. It gives it a full shank all the way into the handle, and that's a sweet set. It's nice to be able to switch out your blades when need be.
It is, for sure.
Yeah, I have the same one at home.
Now, the reason why I like the serrated is mullet, they don't have to be fresh. That's the nice part about it. Even if you go and get one of those generic mullet, which we try not to carry, but there's times of the year that we kind of have to, but the ones that probably are farm raised, comes from overseas. So if you can find yourself a local mullet, you know, even if it's frozen or fresh, that's going to be your go-to. It's going to be a lot hardier, a lot less mushy as well than those farm raised mullet that have been frozen, you know, 3-4 times. So, all right. So this one I thawed out for just a couple minutes before taking it up on the freezer. So what I do first is I'm going to cut the belly out. So we're just going to cut it straight down here, just like that. All right, then if you round your knife, take the head off. All right. See that stuff right there? You zoom in on that, Bree?
Insides.
Yeah, that's what makes these mullet here fresh. I mean, that's the good stink you're looking for.
Look at that
That's what
gizzard.
they've been digesting. That's the gizzard. The mullet's only one of 2 fish species in the world that has a gizzard. So they're sitting here digesting all this muck and grass and everything else, and that's what gives them the good stink is what's inside there. So we're gonna put that bad boy in the bucket. All right, so now go ahead and zoom in on that, Bray. Bray. Sorry. Sorry. All right. So now you've got the belly cut out. Is it important? I think so. It's going to be. It's going to make casting these a little easier. It's going to get you the right size chunk pieces. Also, with that belly, you can also utilize that as well if you run out of the meat section of this mullet. But what I really like about it being cut like this is then you flip it over. Go down the cutting board, down the cutting board, just nice and slow. I like this. Now it lays flat to where you can chunk it nice and safely. So, if you try to put it up on this part, it's gonna roll over all the place. So if the boat's rocking, makes it a little more stubborn to cut, but cutting that belly out gives you a nice clean area to cut. So depending on your size, I prefer right here. So let's call that 3/4 of an inch to an inch thick. I take this stuff out before I cast it. It's gonna help you because when you go to cast it, this stuff's gonna fly out, so it's gonna kind of mess up your targeting. But if you're just kind of throwing it out there, in hopes to find a redfish, it really doesn't matter. Throw it out there too. The pinfish will start eating all this part here, but I take it off because I like sight casting. So we'll do that. So that, I'd say, is the preferred chunk of mullet size. Everybody's a little bit different, but this has been proven on my end. Mario, that about size you like?
Oh yeah.
And again, if you want to try to target a bigger redfish, use a bigger bait. That theory is true. So, but that right there is perfect. Now, how to hook this and for it to stay on, because the pinfish are going to attack this too, but it's going to take them a lot more time to devour this than a shrimp. So if we can zoom in one more time, Bray. All right. So this is a Seaworks 3.0 live bait hook. I really like this hook a lot. Circle hook, is probably more preferred for this chunk mullet stuff. So if there's a heavy current, I always tell everyone use a circle hook when you can't have a straight line. So if you're going to have slack in your line, trying not to get that bait to shift. If you're trying to tighten your line up in a current, then switch over to a circle hook. But if you're fishing a little less current, less wind, then I always prefer a J hook. So, but it's real easy. Oop, I came out of focus there. All right, it's real easy. Go in through one side. You kind of got to move the scales out of the way. Go straight down. Got to get those scales out of the way. Go right through that skin, and then come up right out of the top, just like that. So you're right in the heart of the meat. You went through the backbone or that little cartilage area. It's going to stay on the hook really well. Mario actually taught me this next part is if you want to, during a heavy current, so when you get a real big high tide and you are now targeting the edge of the mangroves over, a rock bar or off the mangroves or the flats, then get yourself either a popping cork. Submerged popping cork's my favorite. You're gonna get the best cast out of that one. And use that as just a guiding tool. So what I mean by that is put that popping cork, that float, right on the edge of the mangroves. Have a nice long leader where this is just dragging on the bottom, not floating, but dragging on the bottom. And that current is gonna move that cork right down the edge of those mangroves. So you can see where your mullet is working the whole time. And that's where you're just gonna kind of let out a little bit of line at a time, make sure you don't get a wind knot, let a little bit out, the cork goes down, and this is definitely where you wanna go to a circle hook too. Cork goes down, reel in your slack as fast as you can, get that line taut, and enjoy the fight from there. So again, when the tide comes up real high, you know that those redfish have already shifted to those mangrove roots. Switch over to your popping cork, long leader and start working the edge of it. But right here, this is just 20-pound leader. I've got a loop knot in this, a little easier to get off the rock bars if you get hung up with a loop knot. And yeah, that's how you chunk a mullet. Now, the other cool thing about this cutting board with that groove I was talking about, so let's say got this locked in on here. All right, you make your cut on a boat. You just shift it in the hole into the bucket. Done deal. All right, so that is the mullet tip of the week on the Nature Coast Financial Advisors Tackle Table Talk. I need to go wash my hands because this is a stinky good mullet. Also, whoever wins that free entry to the Citrus Slam can also have this chunk mullet too. So, Mario, anything else that I missed on the mullet?
The only thing that I would add to that whole bit is when you put that hook through the top of that mullet, make sure there's not a scale at the end of your
Good point.
Yeah,
Great
you always
point.
want to make sure your hook point is clear of the scales, because so when they grab a hold of it, you try to set the hook with a circle hook or a J hook. You try to set the hook in it. If that scales in the tip of your hook, it won't get in their jaw. So it's always important to make sure the tip of the hook is the sharp part of the hook is exposed. No scales.
That's an awesome point. Yeah. Great point.
Made that mistake.
Yeah. And then I think Milton just commented, he asked us to save him the gizzard and the
He wants to
mullet.
Darren would like you to try to eat the gizzard.
Oh, I mean, I'll fry that gizzard. I will smoke that gizzard, eat it all day long, but I am not eating that gizzard as is.
Like, come on, Gary.
You eat scallop raw.
Yeah, that's different.
That's
Well,
not mullet
listen, and now if
gizzard.
that mullet was fresh, if I just caught that mullet, I'll eat the gizzard. I don't care.
All right, there you go. So whoever
is.
brings us fresh mullet, Gary will eat the gizzard.
And then John will be right there eating the other half.
Bite for bite.
All
But
right.
yes, with the amount of pinfish that are out there, the chunk mullet will buy you a good 5 to 8 minutes worth of nibbles, which also does attract a lot more predator fish.
Yeah.
Your
and-
shrimp will only last maybe
15 seconds.
Yeah, 15, 20 seconds. When those
That's what she
pinfish
said.
really kick in here in the next month or so.
And one more thing on that mullet, I cannot express this enough, is do not be premature in your hook set.
Nope.
Let that thing be as natural as possible. Picture it in your head, it rolling on the bottom. Just
Yeah.
picture that. You're gonna feel those nibbles, you're gonna feel a pinfish, try to pick it up a little bit, but it's gonna be real distinct between a redfish bite and a pinfish. It's not a chunk mullet's not a natural bait for redfish.
No, but it's a natural food source.
It's a
for 'em.
natural food source. So if you prematurely, set that hook or whatever, all you're doing is you're pulling it off the hook and you're causing a disturbance. You're getting grass on it.
Yeah.
So just let it be as natural as possible. If you get it hung up on a rock, leave it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Leave it.
Those redfish will pick it off. the
It'll
rock
pick.
for you.
Yeah, don't sit there and try to get it undone or break the line. You're just spooking fish at that point. So if you get hung up on a rock, just leave it. Let a little bit of slack off. I promise you, a redfish will eat it off of a rock.
Dad used to just set it in the rod holder, he told me.
Yeah,
Set it in the rod
absolutely.
holder, forget about it.
Yep.
Even if it gets hung up in a tree, if you get your line hung up in a tree, just
Yeah.
leave that line sit. As long as the bait's in the water, just
Yeah.
leave that line sit for a minute, because a lot of times they'll pull it off of that tree limb.
Oh yeah, those fish will help you out in a lot of those pinches.
All right. So that being said, let's go to a commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll ask the secret question, and
Yes.
we'll explain the rules of that when we get there. Hopefully, we get a long commercial to figure it out.
Hi all, my name's Captain Billy with Ozello Boat Airboat Tours. Just got a really cool piece of equipment to introduce to you guys. It's actually a new key switch from Coast Key. It's a really unique setup that they have made. Instead of having your standard key switch to where you actually have a key that's removable, they took it a step further and made a custom pin pad. You have 4 digits to play from. You can pick whatever 4 numbers you want to make your pin. And then it's a start stop from there.
And then they also have this really cool lanyard to be able to start and stop for when you're not at the helm. And it's very convenient for that factor. And having this lanyard tied to my belt loop all day, if I happen to eject myself out of the boat, it also acts as a safety lanyard that I have total control straight from this little key fob. So that is a huge plus in our industry for needing a safety lanyard, and this is a great alternative to that. I do get quite a few questions asked about it as far as how the install goes, how is the instructions on it, and I got to say it is mighty simple. Outside of needing the hole saw to cut the proper size hole for the switch itself, they give you a nice plug and play harness. Everything in the instructions is all color coded on where they need to go from your hots, your grounds, your starts, your stops, all that fun stuff. It was a very simple setup. It is a stunning upgrade for a lot of folks with bigger families that have kids running around everywhere. You don't have to worry about somebody taking the key. You just keep the lanyard on your belt buckle at all times, just like a safety lanyard. You can be away from the boat and start and stop it. It's a awesome, awesome product that I highly recommend for your future upgrade.
Hey, we're back. All right, welcome back. All right. So first of all, in order to win the free entry to the Citrus Slam this Saturday, and you can re-gift this entry if you win. So, but in order to win, you have to share the Citrus Slam event page.
Yes.
So we're going to give you guys a minute, 30 seconds to do that.
Hurry up.
Citrus Slam Facebook page. Make sure you share that on your feed.
Talk to me about 30 seconds. What can we do in 30 seconds, guys?
They don't listen who you're talking to.
Yeah.
If you have not shared that, please don't try to answer these questions. Citrus Slam event page. Please share that right now. I'll give everybody a little
5 seconds. 5, 6, 7
back at
seconds.
the line.
Bless you.
They got to find it and everything. So,
I'm excited to see how many boats enter into this.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there was a limit.
Didn't sound
He
like
didn't
it.
have an upper limit. Some of these tournaments have a limit on how many boats can enter, but he didn't say anything about that.
I want to say when I talked to them the other day, they were at 20 pre-registered.
Nice.
And it's always,
Yeah, you get 3 times that at the captain's meeting.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
I'd like
right.
to see this one continue on and keep growing,
Yeah,
keep growing,
this would
keep
be good.
growing. I like seeing the tournaments that actually go back to the community. That's the best.
Well, you guys, if you've already shared, go ahead and hit the share button on this live feed too.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Doesn't hurt.
Why not? All right. I think that's enough time, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. Here's the question. First person to answer wins. All right. John is the judge of the first person to answer.
Yeah.
So if there's any,
Timestamp.
Yep, yep.
timestamp on our end. Don't forget, it's going to show up different on yours.
Slight lag.
Yeah, if you
Does happen.
Hey,
depending
Gary,
on.
we'll do 2. One is alternate in case the first person who puts out the answer doesn't share the event page, because we will double check on that.
Good
So
point.
we'll tell you you won tonight,
Yep.
but you better share, because if you don't share and I go back and look, then
Yeah.
the second person's
Okay.
going to get it.
I'll go ahead and pull it up right now too, and I will. Let's see.
It's gonna be a really tough question. John failed when
I
he asked
did
it.
miserably.
Yeah,
It means I don't fish enough.
that's
All right, here we go. You ready?
yes.
In the slam category, you have 3 species.
3.
What are the maximum size for those 3 species? So we want to know the 3 species with the maximum size for each species that can be entered into the Citrus Slam tournament this Saturday.
Yeah.
That makes sense how I asked that?
Yep.
Yep,
Makes
yep.
perfect sense.
Free and clear, except for John still failed it.
Yeah.
Billy's just not going to let him down on that. All right.
That's
It only
because
makes
I've
me
been at
laugh
work
'cause
all
I
week.
got it right.
Oh, Darren was the one that told me to get the gizzard. All right.
Is it really?
Anybody started answering yet?
Nobody's answered
Well, there's a
yet.
lag, so
Yeah.
there's about a 10-second delay, maybe.
Sometimes 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Let's see if you all get it.
All right, first
First person answered no.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Oh man.
Yep, Jessica Honovic. No.
No.
Yep, she
Oh.
got it.
Nah, she didn't answer it.
She did.
No. We said what's the maximum sizes.
Then that would be Tim Rutledge.
Tim.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Joe.
Joe. Yeah,
Joe.
you're correct.
Joe. So it was redfish 27, 33 inches snook, and then no limit on the trout.
That's it.
Although Jessica did say one trout over 19.
Correct, but the question is what was the maximum length?
True.
I'll let you be the judge of that.
True.
Maybe she could be the backup.
Because you could, that would be saying that you couldn't bring in an 18-inch redfish.
No, but you can.
Trout.
You can, exactly.
Sure.
So not one trout over. I love Jessica, but we talked about the correct answer before this, John.
That's right.
All
There's a
right.
specific verbiage we were looking for.
Tim Rutledge said, I fat fingered it. 33. All right, Joe. Now, Joe, are you going to fish it? Let's ask him that. Joe, are you
I hope he's
are
gonna
you
fish it.
committing to fishing this tournament on Saturday now?
As long as you're taking him.
I got a football tournament.
Yeah.
I'm already booked on the airboat, so don't ask.
How about the guy that won it last time?
Joe, let's
Speaking of
call.
last time, did we ever get a feedback on where the boot went?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
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 They didn't even realize that it was gone.
Joe. All right, Joe. So, are you committing to fishing this tournament?
So if Joe doesn't fish the tournament, then I think we need to go with Jessica.
I agree. That's okay. He says yes.
Okay. Joe is the
Now let's double check and see if he
Did he share
it. Let's
Oh,
see.
Joe's hustling now.
I need a timestamp on that. I need a timestamp.
Gotta hit the button. Damn it, Joe.
Joe shared it.
Yeah.
Joe shared it 25 minutes ago.
Yeah. So he's good.
All right.
He's golden.
He was on top of it.
Joe, first, congratulations. You
Joey.
won an entry to the Citrus Slam.
Awesome.
So good deal.
He said, I have a boat.
Take it away from him then. All right, guys. Thank you again for watching Fish Talk Live. We will be back next Tuesday. I'd say let's maybe find out who won that tournament and see if we can't get him in here and
Yeah, that'd be
Love
cool.
it.
have some
Love
fun
it.
with it.
Yeah.
So, Lance, thanks for joining us tonight. All the first responders, thank you for what you do. And they've got our back, so we got theirs. So, if whatever you can do to help, help enter this tournament, whatever it is,
Donate. Yeah.
donate.
Yep.
All righty, guys.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You say it, Billy.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.